Set this to record, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. And I'm sure we'll continue to have people hopping on as we go. But really excited to be with you guys today. Excited to roll out some of the new features and the intranet tool that we've developed for you guys over at Remax. And wanted to show you a couple things today. We're going to be about a half an hour or so today. We'll keep it pretty short, but just want to make sure everyone gets the information that they need. Now, everybody should have received an email from us with your username and password to log into the system. If you didn't, you can let us know. You can email support@blueroof360.com and let us know who you're with, and we can go ahead and get that password sent to you if for any reason you didn't get it. Now, start with, hopefully everyone's had an opportunity to see the new website, homesofnewengland.com. We're really excited about this. It's a beautiful site with a lot of great features and functionality. So if you haven't, go ahead and spend a little time on it, take a look at it, and become familiar with how it all works. But today, we're going to talk about how to access the intranet system and the community board, and how to make sure that your profile on the website is up to date and complete. So what we're going to do is, when you come to the bottom of homesofnewengland.com, you're going to go to the very, very bottom. There's a button here that says Agent Login. That's going to take you to where you need to go to log in. Now, I'm already logged in, so it already has me coming in. And you're going to put in your username and password, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to go into the CRM. Now, accessing the CRM is going to allow you to access the community board and to modify your information. So one of the things that's important to note, on the company website, when you go to About Us and go to Agents, this is the agent roster right here. And the order of these is random. So it's going to randomly change, sometimes by first name, sometimes by last name, sometimes it's completely random. So it gives everyone an opportunity to kind of show up at the top of the page. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go in here and make sure your profile is complete. And so we're going to talk about that. So I've created a fake profile here on the website. And these are what we call our agent lifestyle pages. And so what you have here is the opportunity to have your main profile photo, your name, title, license number, phone, if you have a website, social media links, your bio, the office that you're currently working in. And then we allow for up to 3 what we call lifestyle photos. And so this is a great opportunity for you to kind of showcase a little more personality than you would get with just having kind of your professional profile pages. And we encourage you to put, personalized photos on here, photos of your family, photos of your dog, whatever it is, it's going to help you connect to that buyer or seller who's looking at your profile online. And then, of course, things like your qualifications, your favorite things, and your testimonials. So one of the things we're going to want you guys to do right out of the gate is to make sure that this information is correct. Okay. So when I go back into the client management system here, over on the top right hand side, you'll see a photo of yourself. You're going to click on that and go to My Profile. Now, when you go to My Profile, this is where all of your information is. So this is where you're going to change your main profile photo. You're going to edit your personal information. Now you can just simply click on the little pencil icon and it's going to pop up the information that you're going to want to change. But you can also add additional emails, phone numbers, change your personal address, your account information, and your password. So, and then if you're in multiple offices, so for instance, I put myself in Manchester right now, I can go ahead, and add an additional office if I want to, and go ahead and put, if I'm working in multiple offices, I can go ahead and do that. So one thing that is important to have here is this is where your title is going to go. You're going to want to put in your MLS ID number in here if you've got it. Keywords. So keywords are anything like, are you bilingual? Do you have any specific certifications? Any of those kind of things. Those are you're gonna want to make sure you have those set so that. Sorry, just checking the chat there. You're going to want to make sure you have those set so people can search on those, right? So if you have a specific qualification that you want people to be able to search on, you can enter that there. And then, of course, your bio. Now, one of the things that I want to point out when you're putting in text or bios or any of those things, make sure that you're using plain text. If you go and grab your bio, for instance, off of a website and there's code in there and you paste it in here, it might mess up your formatting a little bit. So what I always do is I use a real simple, text editor program. I select my text and I go to the format and I go make, format, make rich text, right? And that's going to take out any of that formatting. So when I'm pasting into my bio, I'm not getting, code or anything weird like that might, mess things up. So just a little tip on that to make sure that those are coming in clean. And then you're going to want to make sure you have your show agent bio button. If this is not checked, your bio will not show up on the website. Okay. Qualifications, favorite things. You can also add an introductory video if you have had a professional video created that you want to do to put on the site. And then photos. So this is where you're going to upload your 3 lifestyle photos. So your bio photo is right here. Your 3 lifestyle photos you're going to upload here. So those are the photos that are corresponding with your profile here on the site. So you're going to want to make sure you have those set up. And then testimonials. We have spaces for 3 testimonials. Right now, by default, we have some just kind of generic testimonials already in place so that these are not blank. But we'd really love for you guys to make sure you go in and add those in here. So you're just going to give it a title, the client's name, and the testimonial. And make sure those are, again, formatted. Strip out any of the maybe HTML formatting, simple text when you put those in. And then social media. You're going to want to make sure you set up any of your social media links. So you can see on the profile that I have linked out to these little icons, link out to the social media profiles that I have. So on my account, we can do, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and Google+. Those are the ones that we have right now. So if you want to link out to those social media, which I encourage, right? It's good to have people go to those social media and really get a feel for who you are and kind of what you're all about. So that's the first part of this. So making sure that your profile on the company website is all filled out and ready to go. Did we have any questions? Does anybody have a question about that? They want to type into the chat, and I can talk about it. I'll give you just a second if anybody has anything specific they want to know about there. It's pretty straightforward. Okay. So someone said they tried Office and did not allow. I'll look into that, make sure we've got that set up correctly. There may be something there that we've got to adjust. So I'll make sure that's set up for us today. Okay, cool. Now let's look at getting into the community board. So from the CRM, I can go to the community board and I hit go to board. And this is gonna open up the community board for me. Now, the way that the community board is organized, this is a discussion board. So if you're familiar with any kind of discussion board that you can go to out on the web, it's very, very similar, very easy to use. This is already kind of pre-divided into topics such as buyer needs, events, messages, any of those sorts of things, okay? Someone asked a question, someone asked a question. Do you have a document that suggests keywords that are good for realtor SEO? I don't, but we could definitely put something together for you for that. We have a lot of experience with that sort of thing. So anything that's unique to you, really, what I would say, especially from keyword perspective, anything that separates you, any certifications, like I said, bilingual, or you're an expert in a particular area, I would put all those things into the keyword field. So, okay, so let's go into the board. And our board's a little bare right now because it's brand new, but hopefully within the next couple of days, we'll start filling this up. But what I'm going to have is all the latest discussions and topics that are here. And I can filter those by if I only want to see, for instance, new listings, or open houses, I can filter all of those discussions and go into discussions, that I'm interested, right? So here's for instance, one that was posted about Blue Water Mortgage, just a flyer there. So you guys are going to be getting updates from the company on here about events, parties, things that are going on, trainings, special offers and discounts. All those sorts of things are going to be available for you here on the board. But this is what we really want this to be, is a place for you to come and let the rest of the company know what you've got going on. So if you've got an open house, you've got a new listing that you want to promote, all those sorts of things. So let me give you an example of this. So let's say I want to post a new listing. So I'm going to go ahead and add the tag of new listing. And I've already grabbed, it's going to be a new listing. I grabbed the address for the listing I want to put on here already. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a photo, because it's always good to add photos. Now, one thing that's going to happen, you're going to notice it's not going to add the photo right away, but it is going to set the code for that image. Okay, so that it is going to work, but you have to post it first, and it uploads at the time that you post it. So I'm going to grab my property description, out of the MLS or whatever I've got written up. So now I've got that on there, and I'm going to go ahead and post that discussion. So I can see it's been posted by me. It's got the photo. It's got the description. Now, this will allow for users to come in here. Other agents can come in here and reply to this post, and they can ask questions, and you can go back and forth with them through the discussion board to answer any questions any of the agents have. Now, what I recommend doing, and what we've seen works really well, is for you to, as soon as you've taken a property, like when you walk out the door, snap a photo of it, even before you get it on the MLS, go to the discussion board, put it on there, start generating some buzz internally within the company, even before that listing ever hits the market, right? So it's a great way to kind of pre-market that internally within the brokerage. So now a couple of things that you can do on the community board. You can go in and you can follow any discussion that you want. So if I click on follow, it's going to send me notifications now when there are updates on that particular discussion. I can also go in here and comment, and let's say I want to make a comment to Renee here and say, how does this work? She's now going to get notified that I tagged her in that discussion, okay? And so we can then have that back and forth. And what will happen is you'll actually get notifications up here if somebody's tagged you in something, so that you can become aware of hey, someone's asked for my feedback. An important thing to notice here is under the very top, under your profile, you have your own personal profile, which has all the posts you've made, discussions you're involved in, people who've tagged you. And then you also have your settings. So you can set things like, when someone replies to one of my posts, do I want to get notified? If someone mentions me in a post, do I want to get notified? Now, you may not want to, but you can choose. You have those options to choose when to be notified on those discussions. So that's really it. Very simple. Like, again, different categories. You can post anything that you want. You can start new discussions. You can view all the discussions. So really the idea is for you guys to be able to use this as a great tool to communicate internally and to be able to go back and forth and talk with each other. So what questions do we have on that? Anybody have anything they want to throw in the chat? Okay, nothing yet. So we'll see if something pops up. Okay, Renee says, yes. Okay, so Renee wants to make sure I let you guys know that you can filter what gets emailed from the board. So that's, again, back in the settings area here. This is where you're going to determine what notifications you get. So if the board's blowing up and a lot of agents are on there using it, which is our hope, you may say, hey, this is too much for me. I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna uncheck these email notifications so that I'm not getting those all the time. okay? And I'm only going to see when I log in. I will have notifications up here to let me know what's changed or what I've been tagged on since the last time I logged in. But you can set all of these different settings. So just to make sure like you don't get overwhelmed if there's a lot of activity going on. Okay. So we talked about making sure your account's set up, and we talked about the community board. You also have access to into our CRM that's here because it's all just part of the system. So you'll be able to go in here and add your contacts if you'd like, do any of those sorts of things that you want. There's document storage areas and things like that that you guys can use as well. That you're welcome to, and calendaring and all that kind of stuff. We're not going to go into a lot of detail on that kind of stuff today. The other thing that we wanted to talk about is websites. So we do offer the ability for you guys to sign up and get your own websites that are very similar to the company site. If you go to homesofnewengland.com/sign up, you'll be taken to a page that we've created that allows you to go in and sign up for your own personal website. And the great thing about these is when you come here, there's some information. There's a great video that you can watch. Unfortunately, it's my voice, so you got to listen to me again. But that video walks you through everything that the product has to offer. Here's an example of what these websites look like. I'll just pop these all open. So they're already beautifully designed. They're already customized to have the Remax, branding, logos, everything all in place. It's already connected directly to the MLS. So we've already got the listings already pulling in. And the nice thing about this is we already have all your information. So your photos, your bios, anything that's already been set up correctly for your profile on the brokerage site will pull directly over when you sign up for one of these websites. And so they're really beautiful. They look great. A lot of calls to action on these. So in terms of a property page, someone can come here and schedule a showing with you. So they can pick a date, they can schedule a showing. They can actually start an offer directly from the site. We have lots of great, property information, street views, comparables that they can register to view so they can see comps on the property, newest listings nearby. So a lot of great options. A lot of things that we do here. We have a slash. I can go to any URL and put in /open house. It works if you type it right. And this is going to allow me to create a forced registration page that I can use on my iPad or my iPhone when I'm conducting an open house. It's going to allow people to come into the open house and register. When my open house is over, I'm going to hit end. It's going to tell me how many attendees I had. So a lot of little things like that. There's a /share feature that allows you to share these pages on social media and create forced registration pages. And we have a whole tutorial on that you can go into all of that information on. Here's the third template so you can see these. So again, just going to homesofnewengland.com/sign up will allow you to access this. And there's information on here for finding out what you need to know. And then the cost on this is $50 per website. That's a $200 discount from what we would charge if you came to us individually, and that's because you're part of the Remax group, and so that's one of the added benefits you get of being a Remax agent is you get that discounted. So I won't go into a lot of detail on that, but let's see. I got a question here. Does the open house form allow you to customize it? Okay, yes, it does allow you to. You can't customize the form necessarily. It is a standardized form, but you can choose different options on the form. Let me jump back to that and show you. So again, I go. So if it's my listing today, my open house, I go and I find my listing on the website. I put in open house. What it allows me to do is choose. I have a light registration and I have a full registration. And the difference between those is just simply the amount of information that we're asking for. So on the light open house, it's just basically name, email address, phone number. On the full registration, we're asking for, are you currently looking? What price range are you looking in? How soon are you looking? Are you working with an agent? One of the great things about this feature is that it allows you to actually, what happens when they register is a half an hour after the open house closes, it automatically emails that customer and thanks them for coming to an open house and gives them a link back to the property. And it automatically sets them up on a listing alert for similar properties within this price range within that same city. So that's the extent of customization on that. The next question was, is the cost monthly for one website? Yes, it's $50 a month for one website. And this works with the CRM that you already have access to. So we actually track everything that they're looking at, and it'll show you who registered, what properties they looked at, which properties they favorited, all those sorts of things. If I buy a site, do I need a new URL? Yes and no. You don't need, if you have an existing URL, you do not need to get a URL. We can use it, whatever URL you have. So let's say it's, bobsalesnewengland.com. You can use that domain name. By default, when you set it up, it'll be your first name, last name at homesofnewengland.com by default, but you can use any email address that you'd like to, or sorry, website address that you'd like to. So the next question was, can I adjust the letter from the open house? No, it is a standardized email form that is standardized. Now, what you can do is after the registration, it will tag them in the CRM with the tag of open house, and you can do a follow-up email using that tag from those people who came to your open house. Okay, questions. Are there reports that sites can generate? There's not necessarily reports that the site generates. You can add your own Google Analytics if you'd like to the site. The site will tell you, who's been on the site, who's registered, what they've been looking at, what pages they were on, they were registered. If they favorited properties, you can set up listing alerts to come back to the website. All that kind of happens on the back end. Okay. Any questions on that? I think we've got about it. Talk about the CRM. Okay. I'll do a quick rundown a little bit more here on the CRM. I'm going to actually log into a different account so you guys can see different information than what I have on this account here. So in the CRM, it's going to show you how many leads you have, how many tasks you have, transactions you're involved in, all my tasks that I have to accomplish that I can mark off. These are all the latest leads that have come in off my website. So I can see their emails, phone numbers. I can categorize them. Some of them are automatically categorized based on the type of form that they filled out. I can see, how many properties they've viewed and how many times they've viewed those properties. And I can see if they've got listing alerts set up. So when I go into the contact management piece of this, it's going to have all of my leads, that are in here. I can filter these. I can send bulk emails. I can mass apply tags. I could categorize these by lead types. All of those things are options for you to be able to do. Now, this is designed to be a really simple CRM. It's not very complex. It's mostly for keeping track of your leads on your website, who's interacting with, keeping track of the notes and information that you have on that. So here's my lead, James Dean, and I can see all of his information here. Phone number, address. I can reset the password on the website for him. I can create a note or send an email, directly to him. I can log a call, that I've had with him. And then I can see all of my activity all my interactions that I've had with him over the course of our life together here. So I can see this is the page he signed up on. These are emails that I've sent to him, notes that I've added, all those sorts of things. And then you have basic things like listings. So I can see if he's got listing alerts set up. I can see if he's got market reports set up. And then I can see these are all the properties that he's viewed. And I can see these are the properties that he's saved on the member area of the website. Tasks and events, there's action plans that I can apply. If it's a new buyer, I can apply, for instance, a new buyer action plan. And it's basically a task-based plan that tells me what I need to do. I can add events. If I've got a showing or a meeting with him, I can add that to my calendar. And then I can upload and manage any documents that I have for that contact. So that's kind of a real high-level overview. A lot of the video that I have on the sign-up page goes into a lot more detail on this. So let me just check chat here, see what questions we have. Okay. A good thing to remember is if you have not sent a bio when the website was created, you've got a generic bio in there. So chances are there's quite a few that probably have the same bio. So we really want to make sure we get those bios from you guys and added into the site. And if you need help with that, you can always email that into support@blue360 to say, hey, I need my bio updated. I'm with homesofnewengland.com, and we can take care of that for you. Someone asked, can you put them on a drip campaign? We do not have drip campaigns in the system. We use third-party systems such as like a Mandrill or a MailChimp or Constant Contact or anything like that. So the another just reminder is the community board is going to be used a lot like kind of like your private Facebook group for sharing info. So we're kind of really hoping to get everything into this discussion board, and so we can keep this all internally and really begin to benefit you guys and let you guys start to share and communicate as a brokerage more effectively. So yes, we will be incorporating drip campaigns in the future. It's just something we've used mostly third-party systems to handle that, because a lot of people are already using something, and so that's the way we've kind of handled that. So again, just as a kind of close here, guys, if you go to our website, blueroof360.com, you can go down and support at Blueroof360. Our 1-800 number is here. If you have any questions, you can call us or you can email us. Also, when you're logged into the CRM, there is a chat box down in the right-hand corner. This will allow you to chat with our support. So this is a really great way. We do a lot of chats. So if you're on here and you have a question or you need help with anything, you just put in your name, or you can log in with your Facebook or Gmail account and chat directly with our customer support, and they'll give you that information. So, okay, that is it. I believe we've covered everything that we had planned to cover today. We're right at a half an hour, so I always appreciate that. I thank everybody for your time today. And again, we'll be emailing this out. So for those who want to watch it, they can. And thank you, everybody, for your time.